guys, how's it going? Welcome to the fourth week of what we'll be doing on this course. This week, I'm going to change the content slightly because I'm touching on key concepts that we're going to use, like stitch together to make our final product. And the concept that I'd like to introduce you today is something called an ERC20 token, and I am going to show you exactly what it is. So come to Google, go to open Zeppelin ERC20. That, click on it. So let's get to the current version of it. Good. So an ERC20 token is a type of contract that keeps track of fungible tokens. So what does that mean? In the simplest of terms, an ERC20 token is like your money that you have that you spend, like your US dollars or your naira or your pounds. And for an ERC20 token, like money, I think you would agree with me that £100 either in your bank account or cash, they do the same thing. So the the nature of an ERC20 token is that it's useful for things like a medium of exchange for currency, and you can do other things like voting rights and staking. But this is usually the thing it's used for the most, currency. So, of course, we can make an ERC20 token, but the problem is if we make one, it's not going to be compliant because it has to go through security audits and among several checks. But there's this company called Open Zeppelin. So what they do is they create standard contracts. And these standard contracts are like templates that you can reuse in a project. Now, these templates are shared templates. So, like this ERC20, everybody like uses this. So, like instead of writing your own from scratch, you can technically just um get like import this project into your work and use it. But a bit more before we hit into the development side of things. Um what does an ERC20 look like? So I'm going to show you one. One of the most popular ERC20s is something called a USDC. And I need to go there, see if I can show you what a USDC is. Okay, 1 second. Let's come to etherscan.io. So this is a block explorer. We use this to see what's happening on the blockchain. I think I showed you during the first course. If you come to tokens, you can see here top tokens ERC20. So we click on this. These tokens are ERC20 tokens. USDT, it's a representation of US dollar. BNB, this is a different token. It's not like a dollar token, but it's called a BNB token. It's the price of this token moves up and moves down. And it's a variable price token. It's currently $876 for one. USDC, the one I wanted to show you, is almost equivalent to a dollar, 0.9998 of a dollar. This is 1 to 1. So this one and this one, they are a type of token called a stablecoin. Let me show you how it's spelled. So it says here, a stablecoin is a cryptocurrency designed to maintain a stable value to a certain asset. That's it. Nothing fancy. So it has a one-to-one. This is what JP Morgan says. So you have here USDT, USDC. So the purpose of these two tokens is to be like a dollar equivalent, which is why they have USD in their name, USDC and USDT. Now, we are going to be, during our test, we're going to be utilizing something like this. So we're going to be importing like a token like this into our project, and then I'm going to show you how to deposit using like this token, and I'm also going to show you how to withdraw from a contract, using this token. Now, before now, we used the native token, which is the Ether. The Ether is like the native token for the blockchain that we've been working on, and it allows you to, if I can say, it's used to pay for transactions. This is a bit different. This doesn't allow you to pay for transactions. Yeah, I mean, see, over 8.6 million people hold this token, and 3.8 million people hold this token. So this is like a very, it's one of the highest tokens most held by people. If you check this list, you'll see that. Oh, let me see. Just saw something. 75,000. Oh, this is Donald Trump's currency. It's held by 75,000 people. I think I saw BlackRock something just now. BlackRock USD 54. Oh, not many people hold this. This is supposed to be the equivalent of a dollar as well. Interesting. Just 54 people hold it. That is so weird. I guess I'm going to look into this, BlackRock USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund. Yeah, so this represents like, for those of you in finance, this represents like a fund that you can buy into, Currently, there are 54 people holding these tokens. But anyway, without further ado, let's work on an ERC20 token. So what we will be doing is we're not going to be making an ERC20 token. Okay, actually, I take that back. We are going to be creating an ERC20 token that will represent our stable token, and we're going to be depositing that token into like a contract. So in this video, we are going to be interacting with two contracts. Okay. Previously, we've always done our work on one contract. So the first thing is I'm going to create something called token.sol. No, it needs to be a file. Yeah. So let's do token.sol. Let's also do deposit contract.sol. You might ask and say, why are we still using Remix? I thought we are going to be using VS Code for the course. Yes, you are right on both accounts. We are still using Remix because it's important for me to let you get used to something. Because once I go to VS Code, I'm going to be writing tests. And at the moment, you will not be able to cope understanding how to write tests and write smart contracts at the same time. So I'm doing a lot of this so that by the time we get into the writing the test phase, it's relatively familiar. I mean, you're used to this bit, so You would just be getting used to writing tests. You know, yeah. So I think I'm gonna call it for this video, and I'm going to begin the second video.